Hello, what's up? How you doing? Sound improvement much? Yes. Not being lazy and actually using a microphone? Hell yes. Okay, so today's gonna be a little bit different. Yes, it's the same stuff where I'm painting and you're watching, but this time I will not be telling you what I am doing, like, hey, I'm painting. No, this time I will be telling you a story. No, it's different, and I actually do enjoy stories, so I'd like to do that in the future. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this thing. All right. So, reason for this painting. One day, I decided, hey, let me go to a really cool park with my really cool pup, and we're gonna exercise right before work, and it's gonna be a great idea. It's gonna be beautiful. I love nature, I love trees, I love leaves. Put them all on me. It'll be great. So, walking in the woods, it's actually a really cool hike. We got to climb to the top of a mountain and see really amazing views of my state, and really get to explore and see the area. Definitely challenging hike, very uphill, very slippery due to the weather, but it was a lot of fun. My dog and I both enjoyed it. Slipped a bunch, got hurt a bunch, but it was pretty cool, not gonna lie. And actually, when we got to the top of the mountain, I sat down to enjoy the beautiful view, and my dog decides to take a big old poo-poo on top of the mountain. And my piece was ruined, but it's okay because I love her very, very much, even though she ruined that moment. But, you know, you live and you learn. You win some, you lose some. It is what it is. All the sayings listed above. Alright, so we were trying to get out of the woods, and not all of the trails, if you ever go to state parks or just parks in general, always loop around. So I was like, I didn't research this, and that's normal for me. I don't like to research it much. I see some pretty pictures, and I'm like, yeah, I'm up for the challenge. Let's go. Let's head out. So we go there. Don't know much about it, and I like it because then it keeps some mystery for me, and I get to explore and discover new things, which is one of my favorite things to do. And I love an adventure. I love a good story. So getting a little bit lost doesn't hurt anyone, as long as I got to work on time. So we're walking and climbing through all of these obstacles that this trail has to offer, which was pretty rad and also hard. Like going downhill on a mountain filled with rocks and trying not to fall flat on my face with sneakers that were definitely not meant for hiking, but it happens. So we get to this point where I'm like, all right, kept checking my GPS to see if I was roundabout where the trail started. I don't know at this point if my car was parked particularly there, because I'm not one of those people who pins their location. Just kind of go with the flow, see which path looks coolest to me, or what calls out to me. I'm like, yep, that's cool. Let's go down that dark pathway of the woods, because it's very pretty. And that's how I find things, and cool stuff happens. But anyways, I keep checking my GPS, making sure we're going in the right direction, just in case, because you never know if these trails loop or not. I'm like, alright, cool, we're on the right track, and my dog is doing amazing, by the way. She loves all these obstacles, and she doesn't even need me to tell her where the trail is. She just sniffs other people, and I'm assuming other dogs, and she's getting us through the entire blue trail without me. I'm like, I'm proud of you, girly. I'm proud of you. I don't know if you just heard your harumph, but hey, Lane, you want to talk? That's my dog. Alright, so anyways, we're walking, and she's leading the way. I'm pretty proud of her, and there's one instance where she's like, hey, let's go over here, and I'm like, that's not really a trail. It's kind of a trail, but it doesn't have any markers. So let's keep on the blue trail, because I know the blue trail leads somewhere. So we walk to the end of the blue trail, and there's an opening. I'm like, okay, cool, it's probably over. And we walk out to this dirt road, pebbles everywhere, and I look to my right. It says dog pound. I'm like, I have a dog. That is not good. And then I look around, and we are in a junkyard / dog pound. I'm like, what a combination of things I do not want to be in. Huh, weird. Okay. I've watched enough listened to enough Crime Junkies, watched all of the Criminal Minds episodes, and anything you can get your hands on free on Netflix in 2018 or 2016 when I was doing my senior project. This is where you get murdered. So I turned my little booty around with my little puppy booty, and we marched back into those woods. And I'm like, you know what? My dog was pretty good before and was able to pick up some kind of trail that I wasn't able to. And I decided, you know what? Let me follow my dog. Let me trust her for a little bit. Let's go on this mysterious trail that's not a trail. So we go back in the woods, climb through all the obstacles, and we find this trail that is not a trail. And this time my dog is not very willing to go that way. But I was like, alright, whatever. She's interested in sniffing things. Maybe she just sniffs something else. So we're walking through the trail that's not a trail. A lot of trees are down. A lot of brush not kept up very well. So I'm assuming it's not a common trail. And also we just had a storm at that point. So it's probably not as taken care of as the main trail. Walking through, checking my GPS. I'm like, we're heading the right direction. And the woods are just getting more and more dense. I'm like, alright, that's suspicious. But, you know, it's headed towards my car. I'd rather not get murdered at the dog junkyard. And, so we keep walking, and a lot of trees are down now. A lot of brush, everything you can name. And I'm like, this is getting harder to get through. Is it better to go right or left? Should I duck under that tree? What's the best bet? But there might be some animal homes or some snake homes. I don't really know. I don't know these woods, and if I get hurt and my dog has to drag me through the trails, 1, the band is not going to be very happy. 2, I'm in the middle of the woods next to a dog junkyard. Dog pound junkyard. I just combined the 2 words. Whatever. So, moving forward, my dog and I are looking around. I decide to look at my GPS to make sure we're in the right direction, trying to decide what to do. Like, am I going the right way? Should I Google this trail? Was this a good idea to be as spontaneous as I am right now? I don't know. So I'm thinking to myself, and all of a sudden in my ear I hear, "Hey." And I whip around in circles because I was not expecting to hear someone's voice so close to me. And I'm like, oh, maybe they can help. I did not know that there was someone next to me. I only saw 2 people on the trail like 20 or 30 minutes earlier. So I was like, oh, maybe they caught up to me. Maybe it's a new bunch of people who are not practicing social distancing and are stalking me. So I turn around to see if someone's there to help, and then there is no one. It is just trees, myself, and my dog. And I don't know what to do because I've never had a random voice in my ear that sounded very familiar and very kind just say, "Hey." And as if they were shoulder to shoulder with me. Like, I turned around thinking there was someone behind me. That is how it sounded. And for those of you who don't know me, which is all of you, I'm very skeptical. I don't really know if I believe in ghosts. I don't really think their presence affects me much. I go through my day. I love horror movies, love horror stories, love listening to people who are spiritually magnetic and affected, whether it's good or bad. I mean, of course, I wish the good for everyone, but you never know. And I think it's very interesting, but it's just a part of me that has always been blocked off, and I'm blind to it. I'm also kind of thankful that I'm blind to it because I don't think it'd be very comfortable seeing things that not everyone believes is there. So even in my past, I've had instances where I've seen ghosty things and weird shit has happened, but I have written it off as, nah, it didn't really happen. Even though I have no way to explain it, nah, it cannot be a spiritual thing. So, that's me. Whether it's ignorant or not, here we are. So yeah, I have this random voice in my ear, and I'm like, what the hell? So I'm going in circles, and for some reason in my head, this image that I am currently painting of this creature, that is what popped in my head. I don't know if the creature said it, or if I've just been watching too many of 1000's videos and his art inspiration, or the one anime with the tree spirit and the horns and stuff. I don't know, but this is what popped in my head. Maybe I just have an overactive imagination and I like colors. Who knows? Probably the second one, but it's okay. And yeah, so I immediately started crying like a little baby, and I ran out of the woods, and yeah, went back to the dog pound / garbage place, and I realized there was actually more of the trail on the property that I would have never seen if I continued in the woods. And I kept running, and I'm like, this actually is a trail back to my car. And it was on the main road, and I was able to loop around, and it technically wasn't all a part of the trail, but I did loop around. So I don't really know. I called my husband crying, and I'm like, you'll never believe what happened. And he's like, are you okay? Where are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm in the woods, you won't find me. And I called my sister, because she's into all the ghosty stuff. And yeah, so that was the freakiest thing that's ever happened to me ever. In regards to like spiritual things, not human being things, because humans are weird. But yeah, so that happened. It was uncomfortable, and I could not get this image of whatever this creature is out of my mind. I sketched it in my sketchbook, and I realized I have to paint this. I can't get it out of my head. With me, when it comes to dreams or thoughts, sometimes they just become so obsessive that the only way to get them out of my head and stop haunting me is by drawing them or painting them. And then after I do that, it's out of my head and I can focus on the day. So this painting just needs to happen, and I'm not really a painter of creatures or woodsy things. But yeah, I really enjoy this actually. It was a different way to express myself. I've been trying to become more artsy and draw more and experiment more. I think it helps me grow. It's been a while since I've painted and done stuff. But yeah, here's my story about something creepy that happened to me, and I don't know how to explain it, but this is what I saw, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like me to paint something that scared you, or you have some ghosty story, send that ish over. Put it in the comments. I would love to draw it or paint it if you'd like me to. I'm so into creepy things. I'm so into stories. I'd love to tell your story if you'd like me to. Yeah. But for now, just enjoy me outlining and adding some deets to the painting.
Brian Little.
I wanted to thank you all again for watching and listening, and here is my painting. I hope you enjoy some close-ups, some artsy-fartsy shit. Yeah, join me next week for another weird artsy adventure. Toodles!